Hey guys, welcome back. This is part 5 and the final video in my series showing all my DC 100 page spectaculars. Hope you guys have had as much fun watching these as I've had making them. uh, First one we got on the stand here is World's Finest 225. Got another new Superman Batman story in the lead, Bow Before Satan's Children. Well, I remember that was a pretty good story. And as far as the reprints go, we got Rip Hunter becomes the prisoner of 100 million BC. The Vigilante treks the trail of the duplicate crimes. You got a Black Canary reprint, Jimmy Olsen and Robin team, and the dozen disguises of Superman and Batman. Again, as with a lot of the 100-page spectaculars of the 70s, it was a Nick Cardy cover. And like many of these, I got the upgrade. So pretty nice copy there. Sorry about the glare. Okay, more horror goodness. Unexpected 159. Like I said, there's a lot of these unexpected and have some mystery with it I really want to upgrade. Because probably these and all the Batman books and a lot of the other 100-pagers are kind of pricey and a higher grade. So, but I'd still like to upgrade some of them. We got Cry in the Night, Frozen with Fear, The Creature That Never Existed, and 10 More Tales. 100 pages for 60 cents. Could you imagine that today? I couldn't. More romance, Young Romance 201. This is really in rat shape. I just wanted a copy of it. I don't know if I'll ever upgrade it. Enough said. Okay, here's another great one. This is the, and you've probably seen this on some of Nick's videos. Detective Comics 443. I think this was the last chapter in the Manhunter saga. And this one he's teaming up with Batman. Great Jim Aparo cover. Got more Golden Age stuff. Spectre and Green Lantern. Got a Creeper story. I'm sure that's probably Steve Ditko or Gil Kane. And got a Robin story. This one's pretty high grade. Okay, House of Mystery 227. The Carriage Man. This, I'm not sure who did this cover. I don't think it was Nick Cardy. I could be wrong. Some of this looks more like Neil Adams or one of the Filipino guys. Just a great cover. Got, these had anywhere from 7 to 10 stories in them. Some nice looking book. Superman Family 167. This one was really beat up until I bought this one back in '74 at the tender age of 11. I'll get a better looking copy here. Okay, here we go. Whoop. Much better. Anyway, Jimmy Olsen in the lead feature. More Lois Lane, Super Baby, Supergirl, Pete Ross, Lana Lang. I don't know, I might have shown this already. Okay, here's Tarzan 233. It's part of the Tarzan and the Lion Man storyline. Okay. Wonder Woman 214. Yes, this is the original. You can tell by the tape. But a lot of cool stuff in here. Here's the upgrade. I think this story was, those of you that read Wonder Woman in the 70s, she had lost her powers. And then she was, if anybody that followed Wonder Woman at that time, she sort of took on an Emma Peel persona. So she was like doing the kung fu thing, and she had an Asian mentor called I Ching. And those were actually pretty good stories. I think Denny O'Neil wrote those, and maybe Mike Sikowski and Dick Giordano did the art. But this is after maybe 3 issues in after she got her powers back, and they wanted to rejoin the Justice League. Well, she didn't feel worthy. So she began what was called the 12 labors. She would do like 12 labors or go through 12 crises to prove that she was worthy to rejoin the Justice League. And there would be like one Justice Leaguer, in this case Green Lantern, who would monitor her mission. So this one's called Wish Upon a Star. And you got some Silver and Golden Age Wonder Woman stuff going on there. Really nice cover. The ones with black backgrounds, everybody know, are kind of hard to find in high grade, and it's still kind of worn. The bad thing about these 100 pages, you can kind of tell when the staples start wearing through, especially on a darker color. So, okay, Young Love 112. You know, more of the same, but I really like the colors on that cover. Okay, here's a really nice one. Batman 259, guest starring The Shadow. And it's been a while since I read this. I'm going to have to go back and read it, but it said you can see the Shadow, but can you find Bruce Batman Wayne in this picture? And you got two Batman Too Many, the strange costumes of Batman, Robin costume designs, Batman's wildest impersonator, and Heroes by Proxy. Really nice Batman book. Justice League of America 113. This is one of the Justice League Justice Society team-ups. And in this one, you kind of find out what happened to Sandman's partner, the original Sandman of Earth 2. Pretty nice little story. It's called The Creature in the Velvet Cage. Another great JSA reprint. Some Silver Age JLA. And another Golden Age story called The Freedom Train. Another nice cardie cover. And here's the upgrade, I think. Okay. Okay, we've got Shazam 15. And this one is guest starring Lex Luthor. And I always thought this was funny. I love Captain Marvel. But they always they continued drawing him with the little cartoon eyes. And they had Lex Luthor crossover, and you know they made it like he was from an alternate universe. And Superman really doesn't appear in the story. Well, maybe like the last panel. But he kind of teams up with Mr. Mind, the little worm. And you got a story with Captain Marvel Jr. I think that's a new story. Art by Kurt Schaffenberger. Mary Marvel, The Savannahs. The world's mightiest family fights the king of all time. Just a lot of great stuff. Here's the upgrade. Really cool stories. And this was one of my first 100 pagers ever, and you can tell this is Superboy in the Legion of Superheroes 205. It's got great Mike Grell art in it. And yeah, you can tell this is an original. Here's the upgrade with the cover. More Nick Cardy. Legion of Super Executioners. Really cool story. Got some really nice Adventure Comics reprints from the Silver Age with Kurt Swan art. Another Superboy story. And you got a profile of Iron Mike Grell. And you got more Legion lore. They have like profile pages in a lot of these. So, very cool book. One of my favorite covers from the 100-page horror stuff. Unexpected 160. Death of an Exorcist. Really cool stuff. 13 More Tales. The Man Who Was Death and Over My Dead Body. 13 stories altogether. And probably my all-time favorite issue of World's Finest. 226. Yes, these have been well loved. You can tell by the tape and the brown pages and everything else. But what was really great about this one, I didn't realize it at the time. I just knew that they were great stories. Of course, you have the lead feature with Superman, Batman, and Metamorpho guest starring again, The Freak Who Never Fails. I think the art was by Dick Dillon, who had a long run on the Justice League. But you have a Golden Age Sandman story. I think that's by Jack Kirby, Simon Kirby. You have a Neal Adams Dead Man reprint. You have an Eclipso story, and you also have a reprint of the very first appearance of Martian Manhunter from Detective Comics 225. So all in all, this was just this had everything. You had a great new story. You had Kirby and the Golden Age character back. Neal Adams on Dead Man, first appearance of Martian Manhunter. So this is really a cool book to seek out. And for the most part, all these books can be had. Probably, if you just want like a mid-grade copy of something, it's probably not going to cost you more than $10 or so. Probably less than that on some of the titles, like the Tarzan and a lot of the Superman stuff. You can get pretty cheap. Young Romance 202. Okay, here's another good one. Detective Comics 444. This started a story called Bat Murderer. And this one, you kind of see, this is Talia al Ghul, and it kind of makes it look like he murdered her. And I think this story goes through like 4 or 5 issues, maybe through 448. But just a great story. Got more great reprints down here. Star Hawkins, Elongated Man. Some of these Robin tales might be new in some of these detective books. I know in a couple of them, I think Mike Grell actually did the Robin feature. Got one of my favorite Golden Age characters, Kid Eternity, and Roy Raymond, TV detective. And both those copies are in pretty decent shape. I just think I'll upgrade this just because I like the story so much and the cover. Okay, more great horror stuff. I think this might be Frank Robbins on the cover, or at least on this part, but this was another great story. I'm going to have to look. I think it was Frank Robbins on the art. Yeah, story by Doug Minch, and art and writing by Frank Robbins. So it's really cool story. And I know for sure this one is a Neal Adams reprint called Rebel. It's got one of those really great Twilight Zone twists. So really for these 2 stories alone, this book is worth having. Really good stuff. Okay, another copy of House of Mystery 228. Great shape. And here we have the first. I've actually got 3 copies of this, and I'll tell you why. This was actually one of the first 100 pagers I ever had, and it was Justice League of America 114. And like I say, well loved. Got great art by Dick Dillon and Dick Giordano. Here's my upgrade maybe like 15, 20 years ago. I found it in an antique store for $2. But you have a great Nick Cardy cover. What mystery villain turned the JLA into cave people? The Return of Anachronus. Good story, and it's this is actually the first JLA JSA team up I ever read. The JLA and JSA against the Crime Syndicate. Reprints from JLA 29 and 30. And probably the best story of all was an old Golden Age story called Just a Story. So for those of you that are curious, just a great tale. And I finally got a better upgrade, just maybe a couple, 3 years ago. But that's just a great, colorful cover. And like I say, on the Justice League and Shazam, Isis and Super Friends, you'd always see this little blurb, "Here come TV Super Friends." Okay, just got a few more to go. Okay, Our Army at War 275. More great silver and bronze war stuff. Another great Joe Kubert cover. This is, like I say, some of the first exposure I had to a lot of DC stuff came in like the giant size books. And like I say, it's just a great way to learn some DC history. A really cool looking book there. This is the higher grade copy. Our Army at War 275. Okay, Superman Family 168. Supergirl in the lead feature. Jimmy Olsen Super Spy. Got a Superman story with Brainiac. Lana Lang, Lois Lane, Mr. Mxyzptlk, or if you wish, Mr. Mxyzptlk, and the Fugitive Crypto. Okay, Tarzan 234. I'm thinking I might have showed some of these before. I got them mixed up apparently, but another chapter in the Lion Man saga. That's a great Joe Kubert cover. Young Love 113. Last little pile. Action Comics 443. Another great Superman story. Kurt Swan. Got Adam Strange and Hawkman reprints. The Black Pirate. I think a Silver Age Green Lantern and Adam. It's a really nice copy of that one. And there's another copy. I think I might have showed the original in another video without the cover. This is Batman number 260. And it's a great Joker story in the front of this one. This one will kill you, Batman. And here's the one with the cover. Just a great Joker story. You got a Riddler story in here. Catwoman story. Alfred Solo. The Grade A Crimes. So you got a lot of great stories, a lot of Batman's major villains. Okay, guys, that I believe is it. If I haven't showed something that somebody thinks I should have, or I missed something, I think I had them all pulled out and in a stack to show. But if I didn't, somebody let me know. But anyway, like I say, I hope you've enjoyed this as much as I have. Thanks for sticking around, and I will see you soon. Onward and upward.